She doesn't even go here.
I'm bi, actually.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Hi, I'm Kurt Hummel, and I'll be auditioning for the role of kicker.
Hello! Welcome back, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning back in with us. It's been a hot second. We apologize for that, but we're very happy to be back. It has been. It's been crazy lately. But I am your host, Luke.
And I'm your other host, Alicia.
And we are back recording a new episode of Not So Straight Nerds. And it is August recap and looking forward to September. So I feel like it has been kind of a really odd month. I feel like our 2-week hiatus kind of highlights that.
Yeah. It's just been a weird month for what we're watching, when we're watching it. We've been behind on a few things. We're watching other things that are kind of not as necessary but will be later. So we're gonna have a lot of content to film. It's just we have to get there. We have certain people who haven't watched certain seasons of things we have to rewatch together before we get to the new stuff. It's a whole thing, which it is very fun. It's just very time consuming.
Yes.
So yeah, but now we're here and we've actually watched quite a lot of stuff in August. It's been a very long month in my opinion. Very long month.
I agree.
So, but I am happy to talk about it. So yeah. We've had some good stuff.
Question on that. Do you think that is a sentiment that's carried over to general audiences at all, or do you think that's just an us thing?
I don't know. I haven't seen... Usually I see people talk about, if a month goes by really quickly or really slowly, I'll usually see people talk about it. Because I feel like usually, the beginning of the year is weird for a lot of people, New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it. And actually, I've heard people say, because, people talk about August is, the Taylor Swift song, August Slipped Away. And I've heard people say, that's very accurate. So maybe I'm, the odd one out on that. Because I feel the opposite. I feel like it's been here way too long. Overstayed its welcome. I'm ready for fall. So, there you go. Low-key, August is a September song. Because it's talking about August slipping away. Moving on to other things. So, technically, we should be listening to that in September. But I get it.
Right.
I get it. It's the song title. Whatever. Anyway.
I will say also personally, I feel like movies and shows, while still important, I think this last month in August was the first month I've actually watched a movie for each day of the month, which was very exciting. It was exact even.
Okay.
And I wasn't even
awesome.
Keeping a tally that close, so I was very happy with that.
Her.
But I feel like gaming kind of stepped up for me.
Yeah.
Me and Cole were both really excited to see the release of the trailer for the new Lego Batman game.
Mm-hmm.
So replaying those Lego Batman games is what me and him have been doing a lot, along with the latest Marvel Rivals season wrapping up. Some exciting stuff to talk about with season 4 release.
Yeah.
And also just talking about kind of how season 3 has been. That's something to look forward to, and we'll get later on. We'll talk about some of the other stuff that we've been doing, but gaming has been a lot of what I've been up to.
Mm-hmm. And I've been reading a lot. One of the reasons we didn't post anything last weekend or record is because I was sick. It's going around, guys. Apparently it's COVID. I don't know if that's what I had, but I had something. I had at least a cold. I don't even know. Hi. And, so you might hear me sniffling. I might even sound weird. I also cleaned today, so all the dust is up in the air, anything that didn't get sucked from the ground. So it's...
In your lungs now.
It's been fun. Yeah, it's in my lungs, which is really fun as a person with asthma. So, anyways.
Yeah, I feel like that was a pretty extended vibe check.
Yeah.
So.
But I did get to read a lot. And I finished Breaking Bad, so that's fun. I started the Young Justice show. So, when you're sick and you have nothing to do but watch TV or read a book, you get a lot of both of those things done. So, there you go.
Right. Well, alrighty, let's go ahead and hop into kind of our breakdown of August.
Yeah.
So we had releasing the weekend of August 1st. We had My Oxford Year on Netflix. You watched that. I did not.
Mm-hmm.
Any quick statements on that one?
I guess this is spoilers for the movie. I won't go into heavy detail of specifics, but just something that happens is a spoiler. I'm tired of rom-coms. The drama part of it, well, it's not really, I guess I should say like romantic drama. Because it wasn't really funny. It was more dramatic. I'm tired of the twist being somebody is sick and has cancer. I think that's so overdone. I think for whatever reason, that's like the plot of everything nowadays. Every romantic drama, whatever you call it. Rom-dram? Yeah.
Rom-dram.
Rom-dram. Okay. But I do love the male love interest in that movie because he's from the prequel Bridgerton series, Queen Charlotte. He's amazing in that show, and he's good here. Like, he's doing his best, even though the writing is really bad. Sophia Carson, not so much. Love you, Queen. I love you in Descendants, but I fear you still act like you did on those Disney movies. So, anyways. And now you're in, like, every Netflix movie, so, anyways. I liked her in the... what was it? It was like the plane movie with Taron Egerton.
Carry On?
Yeah, she was in
I
that.
didn't know she was in Carry On.
Very briefly, though. Like, she was not a huge part of it. He was definitely the main character, so maybe that's why I didn't mind her. She's, she's like the other lead here, so.
Sure.
Anyways, that's all. It wasn't, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. And one person was clearly doing a lot of heavy lifting when it came to the acting, so.
Heard.
There you go.
Interesting. Also that weekend, this is the biggest weekend we had. We
Yeah.
also had The Bad Guys 2.
So good. I love the bad guys, and I love the bad guys too.
Yeah, same.
fun.
I would say this was a nice little jump, I think. Not by a ton, because I think the other one is the original is still really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this was a nice little like next chapter.
Yeah.
For that little franchise, and I think it brings us to an interesting point going forward as well. I'm very interested to see if it does go forward.
Yeah,
I will say,
I hope so.
Unfortunately, it looks like the second one isn't doing as well as the first one.
Mm-hmm. Which is
It
a
looks like
shame.
it like just got out of like the bottom 10 grossing of
Wow.
DreamWorks animated movies.
That stinks.
So I think right now it's at like the 12th from the bottom. It beat Ants though, and it just beat Flushed Away, I think.
Okay, I've heard of Flushed Away. I have not heard of Ants.
Oh my
So-
gosh, Flushed Away is something me and my sister watched a lot when we were kids. It's one of our camping movies we played in our camper.
Yeah, but it was good. So that's a shame to hear. But
Yeah.
it's hard. Like, I feel like it's kind of hard to make a sequel. So
It looks like its domestic numbers are the ones that are lagging. Like it's doing
So
decent
strange.
internationally. I'm surprised it didn't pick up more with, like, American audiences for whatever reason. It feels like the last one. It feels like after Smurfs dropped, because that didn't do great with young audiences
Yeah.
either. I'm surprised that one didn't pick up the slack.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But I don't know.
Maybe they were over it. Maybe they had animation fatigue or something. I don't know. Or maybe they were still watching K-pop Demon Hunters. So
That's also a possibility.
there you go.
Then we also had The Naked Gun, which was, I think, a blast.
I think it was very
also
fun.
with us binging the originals to like catch up to it.
Yeah.
I think that was just like a highlight of that of like
Absolutely. It was so fun to
July
rewatch
into-
those. Yeah.
August.
And again, I feel like this month has actually been very good for sequels and remakes for the most part that I can think of. Because like I even liked Freaker Friday, which is the following week. So I don't know. Because this year has not always been that great for sequels and remakes. But like Superman was good, Fantastic Four was good. So they got there. They got there. It can be good.
It can be done. Life can be good.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good, but it can be great. Thank you, Pedro. And then I got to see Together that weekend as well, and I
Yeah.
thought that was phenomenal. It's not performing particularly great, especially not internationally. It's like dead internationally. But I fear it's like one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
glad you liked
ugh,
it.
The performances, the horror, body horror stuff. It's phenomenal.
I was a little too like this. I don't do body horror. I don't know how I survived The Substance because I saw that in theaters. I was somewhere where they actually had that in theaters at that time. I don't know how I survived that because I'm scared of Together still. I'm scared of Bring Her Back, and we're watching that soon. So finally, but also, oh, I'm scared. Anyways, I just rewatched Superman while they watched that. So there you go.
The next weekend of August 8th, we had Freaker Friday and Weapons reveal or released.
What a duo.
Indeed. I think they worked surprisingly really well together.
I think so.
And I think both are in, like, Freakier Friday is in, like, the, like, profitable margins right now.
Awesome.
Weapons is one of the, like, best performing as far as, like, budget to box office.
Yeah.
It is, like, I think only behind Lilo and Stitch as far as how profitable it is.
Okay.
Compared to its budget.
That's awesome for Weapons.
Yeah. So I think that was probably, I don't know. It's hard to beat those like the 3 releases prior.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think for general audiences, August 8th was like the best weekend of the month.
Probably. I would also agree with that.
Then August 15th, that following week, we had Nobody 2 release.
Mm-hmm.
And then Night Always Comes was released on Netflix, and we watched that
Vanessa
literally
Kirby.
last night with Vanessa Kirby in it. And whoa.
Homegirl, you deserve better. What did you like about this script? I want to know. Or did they just pay you really well? Because in that case, don't blame me, girl.
It's
Get
Night
that
Always
check.
Comes was really brutal. And
I mean, it was bad. It was like really, really bad.
it is on my list, and it's very high on my list of worst movies of the year.
I would probably put that like right below Smurfs, and I might even put Smurfs above it. I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
I don't know. It's close. It's, I think, in 3rd place right now on my list.
Okay.
Right now it's below Smurfs. We'll see how if
Okay.
it sets and it gets any lower.
Is Wolfman the other one?
No, Wolfman's right after.
Okay.
A Working Man is still
Oh,
my least favorite
yeah.
of the year.
Ugh. Jason Statham, you also deserve better.
But Nobody 2 released. I don't think we've talked about that since it came out.
I feel like we tacked that onto something maybe.
We tacked on... No, because I don't think we've done an episode since we did
We did
Weapons
Squid
and Freaky
Game.
Friday.
And
Squid Game after that.
Yeah. So Nobody 2 was pretty good. I thought it was better than the first.
We watched Nobody for the first time to prepare for Nobody 2 being released.
Yeah.
And I'll speak for myself here, but I was very surprised at how much I didn't like Nobody,
Me too.
considering how much people talk about liking it. I thought it was very underwhelming. I thought there was one good action scene, which is when they get into the house.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, every action scene just feels like it's trying to be like a more grounded John Wick, but it's
just nowhere near as
really
interesting.
boring.
Yeah, it's really boring
it's really
action.
boring. He's not even that good of a fighter on his own.
Nope.
And so I don't see the appeal of it. The antagonist doesn't work for me. The whole family element doesn't work for me either.
Mm-hmm. They didn't seem like a family, I guess, sometimes.
Well, it's just, I can't stand whenever it's like, it's movies where it's like, oh, my life sucks and I'm unhappy in my life. And it's like, you're working a job that like you hate just 'cause. And it's like, cool. Maybe instead of like going back to like your killing people days, maybe just find another job that you like. You don't have to work a desk job if you don't want to.
Yeah, it's not the real world, it's the fictional world, so quite frankly, go get another job.
It's
Real world, maybe not so much, but in the
like
fictional
the idea
world.
that like you have to kill people to get any rush out of your life. It's like that's
Well, that's partially what I feel about Breaking Bad, is my hot take.
well, but the thing is, Breaking
But at
Bad
least he's,
aims
like-
him as the bad guy who's just constantly in the wrong. This one, he's like shown to like try and be in the right on
The
that,
hero. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it's just
Yeah.
not the case
Mm.
at all. And it's
It's
just
just, again, boring action. You
I don't
can't
know.
have boring action in an action movie.
boring
just
action,
can't.
and nothing else really works for me.
Yeah. But then the sequel, I feel like, had pretty good action. So that's
Yeah.
already a big step
I
up.
would say Nobody 2, after the first one, I was really nervous about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it levels up, like, kind of everything. The action, I
Yeah.
think, really works. I actually like the family dynamic a lot more. I think the whole circumstance of why he's has so much violence in his life again works
Mm-hmm.
a lot better with the idea that, like, it's his actions from the second one that are making him have to have that in his life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that works a lot more, that he's, like, there's a reason that it has to be in his life.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, him choosing it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's kind of exactly what I'm saying with a lot of my issue with the first one, where it's like, so your family isn't connecting with you, you hate your job, why don't you do something that, like, actually makes that work for you? And he tries that.
Yeah. It's just, I agree. I feel like the family dynamic didn't hit still as much as I wanted, but it did hit, like, partially, whereas the first one I feel like didn't work at all for me. So, I don't know, it's just automatically better to me. I still don't find myself rewatching it anytime soon, but
I don't think it screams to be rewatched, but it's fun, and I'll definitely remember it.
yeah.
And if there happens to be a Nobody 3 someday, I'll probably only rewatch the second one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I feel that's what. Oh, and I like the villain more. It's pretty fairly the same note as the first one, but I feel the acting is at least more captivating than the original.
Yeah.
The next week looks like the only release we had.
Oh,
Well, that Wednesday they dropped The Map That Leads to You, which I have not seen, but you did. That's on.
on Prime.
Okay.
It has KJ Apa. I think I'm saying that right.
Mm.
I don't know. And then Madeline Klein. So if you've seen Riverdale and Outer Banks. Well, Madeline Klein's in a lot.
Sure.
But anyways. Yeah, it's another rom-com. I guess spoilers for that one. Similar twist, except it works so much better and has a much better ending. So, yeah. And much better actors. Much better chemistry. Just, like, all around. It's a little, like, hopeful, I guess. And, you know, a little unrealistic because they travel a lot. And it's a little bit privileged, but whatever. It's a fictional movie. It's not the real world. Like, and it's a romance. So I can get on board with that. With it being a little too, like, oh, okay, this would never happen. Like, this is so lucky. Like, she has 2 friends with her traveling through Europe, and all 3 of them find love interests, and I'm like, okay. It reminds me a little bit of, like, Monte Carlo in that sense, but I also love Monte Carlo, so I really can't hate on it that much. So, have you ever seen that movie?
I've not. That's with Selena Gomez, right?
Yes. Wait, can we see it sometime soon?
Sure.
It's so good. It's just so, like, light and fun. I don't know. It's refreshing.
It's so not like other movies.
Exactly. Anyways, yeah, I feel like those 2 movies were similar, My Oxford Year and The Map That Leads to You, but I feel like The Map That Leads to You is, like, much more successful in what it's trying to do.
Okay.
So, and it also is such a gorgeous movie. Like, it looks so pretty. Which, you know, it helps that you're, like, in Europe. But then also, My Oxford Year, they're in Oxford. And I, you know, didn't look as good as Europe. So,
Sure.
you know. Anyways.
That following weekend, there were actually 2, I think, original releases, and then 2, I don't know. They had kind of a lot going on, because this was the weekend that Netflix put K-pop Demon Hunters in theater, which we were able to see in theaters.
Oh my god,
and
so
that was
good.
amazing.
We had a good theater where it was like people. I honestly was prepared for people to like stand up and dance and sing really loud, but they actually didn't do that. But it wasn't like dead either. Like we were all having a good time. The theater gave out like light band wristbands or bracelets or whatever you want to call them, like glow stick bracelets. So it kind of like pushed us to be like, hey, it's okay to like have fun. But it wasn't like to an obnoxious point. So it was kind of like the perfect theater. And there was these like little girls that were singing along too, especially to This Is What It Sounds Like. And it was so cute.
Yeah, it
You
was really
remember
cool to
that?
see children enjoying really good family content.
Yeah, and just like singing such hopeful and positive words and songs. Like, I hope they partially understand what they're saying because it's so like affirmant. I don't know how to say it.
It's very
It's very positive.
yeah, it's
basically like positive affirmations.
yeah,
Basically in a song. There you go.
absolutely. I completely agree.
Nice.
And its opening was very close to animated movies like Elio, and I think it was comparable to Dogman as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's after being out for several months.
On Netflix, and
On
then also
Netflix.
with much less theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that's a really big sign to Netflix to give the
Invest in
second
that.
one a theater release. 'Cause
Yeah.
clearly audiences aren't going to not watch it on streaming after it's in theaters. There's clearly like two different audiences.
Yeah.
Or at least there's a lot of crossover between the audiences, and they don't necessarily hinder each other.
Yeah, I agree. And I've just never really understood how they're even able to like stay afloat as a business without releasing anything in theaters with the amount of budget they have for their movies, especially like Electric State, things like that. I'm like, how do you even I can't even fathom how you're able to do that financially, but whatever, just release it in theaters. Like, I hope they do that with Frankenstein and maybe some of their other
They
movies
announced that
coming
they
out.
will, but we don't know what limited
many?
release means.
Yeah. That's such like a broad, like you just don't know until like a couple weeks, until tickets go on sale and then you look and you're like, well, it's an hour away. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But also a release that finally came to the U.S. was Nezaw 2, which apparently made $2 billion internationally. I was really bummed we didn't get a chance to see it. I still haven't watched Nezaw, the first one, but I do own it, so we can eventually.
Okay.
Whenever Nezaw 2 is somewhere for us to watch,
Yeah.
I definitely want us to kind of catch up on that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the trailer and like the animation that I've seen from it looks amazing.
Looks great. Yeah.
So I'm very, very
It's popular
interested to
for a
see it.
reason, for sure. So,
Releases that week, or just normal releases, were Eden, which I actually don't remember off the top of my head.
I think it's on Apple TV Plus. I think it has like
Oh, okay.
Jude Law and Sydney Sweeney, Ana de Armas. I want to say that's what I'm thinking of.
I'm surprised it wasn't
I
more
didn't.
notable.
Well, I heard it wasn't that good. Same with Honey Don't. Although I heard more people talking about it.
I saw a lot of people talking about Honey Don't, and I still really want to see it. I
Me too.
fear the cast is just...
It's too good to not see it. Like, again, like, we watched Night Always Comes for Vanessa Kirby. I'm pretty sure we could watch Honey Don't for, what's her name? Margaret Qualley?
Margot Qualley, Chris
And
Evans,
Aubrey Plaza.
and Aubrey Plaza.
Sold.
And I really liked the
Sold.
pitch.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I'm hoping I like it more than, like, general audiences.
yeah, I'm very prepared to disagree with them.
Yeah.
And if I agree with them, what you gonna
It's
do?
okay. It's, not the worst way to spend your time. Watching three
You-
great actors, so.
Absolutely. The next weekend was Caught Stealing and the Roses. There was also the Jaws re-release. We saw that.
Yes.
And that was
So
a
good.
blast.
Mhm.
The first time I watched Jaws, it was just on my computer,
What a
and I was a little
crime.
underwhelmed.
Ugh.
But watching it in the theaters was like a completely different experience. I'm so glad that I went because I actually
Yeah.
really love that movie now.
Yeah. It's just like such a masterpiece when you see, especially like I got to see it in theaters around COVID time when my local theater was re-releasing certain classics just to like try to stay afloat, not close down. And it was really good then, and it was even better now. I feel like the more movies I watch, the more I'm able to appreciate and see the craftsmanship that goes on with these movies. Even if I don't see like a behind the scenes, I feel like just seeing all these like different shots and different ways they build the story and tease like the shark and use the shark without the shark even being there. It's just great. It's just a masterpiece, and it was very fun. Our audience was very fun. They were there like gasping, and like it wasn't too much, but it was there.
Mm-hmm.
They were also there to appreciate it.
There
which
was
is
one
great.
jump scare that got everyone.
Yeah. Me too, because I forgot it happened. It scared me. One, I almost jumped, but I could kind of tell, like, what a jump scare was coming, so. Anyways.
And then we did get to see Caught Stealing. How
Yay.
was that?
There you go. Not good. So it wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was awful.
It
But
definitely doesn't go, I think, close to the unwatchable territory. I fear there's just, like, some major plot problems that prevent... I don't even know if I can say it's, like, inherently not good, but it definitely makes me, like, need to disconnect from it, because I just can't take it seriously at a certain point.
Yeah. And they just waste some great actors, and I can't. I'm so mad. There's a certain scene in the movie, something happens to a character, and I'm like, I don't think this movie can come back from this. And it really doesn't. It's okay. It's fine. But it never gets to the point of being great.
There's...
Like,
I don't know.
I'm just like pissed off the rest of this movie.
And there's like I don't know, there's an interesting commentary I've seen where it's like, there's supposed to be some allegory between the cat and our main character. I forget his name, but it's Austin Butler's character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's an interesting thing to be shown there. I think everyone, I don't know, I think that performances are fine. Otherwise, but I don't know. The plot I just have a real issue with.
Yeah, and I think that's valid.
And, once again, Matt Smith. I fear...
How is he so good in House of the Dragon? And I feel like... I mean, to be fair, he keeps picking bad projects. Like, this was bad. Wasn't he in Morbius?
He was in Morbius.
That was obviously bad.
I thought he was like... Apparently this is a hot take. I thought he was the worst actor in Morbius. So...
Yeah. But he's so good in House of the Dragon. I don't understand. I guess stick to, like, fantasy stuff. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say.
And sci-fi. He's the Doctor.
Yeah.
I've heard that he's, like, one of people's favorites. So, I don't know.
Not great here, for sure.
And that is all of our new movies. Shows that we were watching throughout August. Really early on, we caught the Eyes of Wakanda animated show on Disney+.
Very fun.
That I thought was very fun. I think the art style is really great, and they have some great stories. I wish they kind of tied together better, and I wish it was maybe a little bolder in what they were trying to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's
solid.
It's a solid use of your time.
Very quick watch too. Like, yeah, definitely would watch it.
We got to watch Wednesday season 2. We binged season 1 beforehand.
Yep.
That was that was a huge highlight of August.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, I know I liked it when I first watched season 1, but then it had been so long that for some reason I was looking back at it, not remembering it all that well, like in a good light. I just felt like, even though I knew I liked it at the time, it was like I kept having this feeling that I wouldn't like it now, but that's so wrong. I loved it now. I loved rewatching. I'm so glad we did. And season 2 is great. I loved season 2. So very excited. Oh, I don't know if that's confirmed for season 3.
Yes, apparently it was greenlit like a week or two before season 2 started dropping.
Good. Because in that case, I'm very looking forward to that. So.
We're going to keep our talks on this show brief because we are planning on doing a whole episode on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about season 1, focusing on season 2.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in hearing more about that, keep an eye out for that episode in the coming future.
Yeah.
We are also trying to catch up to Peacemaker season 2. Both of us watched Peacemaker season 1. We're trying to catch Cole up on season 1 so we can be watching season 2.
Yeah. We also rewatched the Suicide Squad movie.
And I'm actually very glad we did.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe it's just something that needs to be watched a second time.
Maybe.
Just with how, like, out there I think it tries to be, especially with that R rating it has.
Yeah.
I remember being really off-put by it the first time. The second time, I really enjoyed it.
Me
It
too.
definitely still has, I think, a lot of the problems that I identified with my first watch,
Okay.
but it doesn't hinder it nearly as much when I know it's coming.
Okay.
I think is the case for me.
Yeah, I think it can definitely catch you off guard if you're not prepared for how like into comic bookness it is. And even like when rewatching, I'm like, some of these people's powers, like the concept of their powers is just so silly to me. I just can't take it seriously. They fight a giant starfish, but then it actually happens, and I feel like I find that I'm not as bothered by it. I don't know why, but it's like kind of like Wednesday too, where it's like I remember feeling like I'm going to be bothered by something, and then I actually really like it. So,
Yeah.
and I also had already rewatched season 1 myself before we rewatched the movie, and I actually feel like that helps how you feel about Peacemaker when rewatching that movie, because he's very different in that movie. He doesn't have a huge part. He doesn't have, a huge arc or anything. It's very, very, very much the start of his arc, and then his show is what explores the aftermath of what happens and what he does in the movie. I feel like knowing where his arc is going in that show when rewatching the movie, it like made me feel less bad about his character. I feel like it could be easy to hate his character, but I guess when you know where he's going, helps a little. I don't know.
Movie, I fear I still hate his role.
I mean, it's frustrating because I do feel like everybody else has an arc and he doesn't really. And they try to have him bounce off of, what's his name? I get them too confused.
Flag?
No, the shooter guy.
Bloodsport.
I get confused because in the other Suicide Squad movie, there's a person,
Deadshot.
the same, like, power
One's
or whatever.
Batman's villains. One's a Batman villain. One's a Superman villain.
I guess.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? And I feel like it just didn't really work all that much for me. But it's easier when you like. Then he finds his like little family in the show. It's like we just need to get there.
Is
We
that
just need to
rat
get
waving
there.
at me?
Anyways.
Love.
Hey.
Love Sebastian.
Hmm.
So hopefully we'll be catching up on season 2 whenever we get there. We'll see if we maybe do like a mid-season catch-up, kind of talk about our thoughts on season 1 and where season 2 has gone, and then kind of a whole recap. We'll see. It really just depends on how fast we get there, but I'm very excited to talk about it.
Yeah, me too.
Especially to see how it kind of spins off of Superman,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe kind of see where the live-action show standard is set.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, as far as the DCU goes, Creature Commandos was the first show.
Yeah.
So that was set.
Anyways. Now we're here.
Then Alien Earth is also releasing, and I hate that we have not started that yet, but I fear we just had a lot of other more urgent stuff.
Yeah.
We will definitely be doing a video on that whenever that is probably all out.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited to get into that. I've heard really great things, and I was super in love with Alien Romulus, so Aliens is just in a perfect place in my brain. And then My Life with the Walter Boys was also put on this list.
Season 2, I added it just because I know a lot of people are watching it. I'm not. I did watch when I was sick and really bored of doing the same things over and over again. I'm like, I just want to see if it's good, because when I hear about the show, one, people heavily compare it to The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I'm so over that show. So I'm like, I don't really want to watch a show that people are saying is like extremely similar. But I'm also intrigued to see, because a lot of times audiences can be wrong too, and they can describe things poorly. So it's like, is it
Especially
really
on
all
social
that
media.
Yeah, is it really all that similar, or do they just? Is it just because they have a love triangle? Is that the really only similar thing? I can for sure see why people compare it. Absolutely. I've only seen, I think, the first episode. And the acting's not that good. And the character that I'm pretty sure she's eventually going to end up with, I personally don't like yet. I think he's kind of ugly and annoying. Sorry. The actor's cute, but they dye his hair for the show and it looks ugly. And I'm like, why would you do that to him? Who hates him? Anyways. And he's also just an asshole, but whatever.
But what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? However, the guy who plays Farkle in Girl Meets World, I know it's Corey something. I don't know his last name.
I feel like his last name's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. That's why I can kind of picture it, but it's like a scramble of letters. So, but yeah, the guy who plays Farkle in Girl Meets World is one of the Walter Boys. There's 8 Walter Boys. 2 of them are in the love triangle with the girl. Farkle is not one of them. I think Farkle is gay in the show. I don't for sure know that, though. I just know he gets a boyfriend at some point, so I should not assume what that means. But he's very fun, and he's very cute in the show, and I'm like, I love Farkle so much. Anyways, he's nice to her. He's one of the only characters that's actually nice to the main girl, so there you go.
Also on this list is a show that we're still watching because it's still releasing, is The Summer I Turned Pretty. And, yeah.
You know what? If nothing else, the show is very traumatic. Absolutely. You know, it's kind of like Love Island, where it's like a car wreck, and it's like, sure, your eyes are glued to it, except you're horrified, and you just, you know, it's not a good thing that you like can't look away, and you just rant about it. It's certainly like on my mind, but not in a good way at all. So, and quite frankly, I think everyone in the writers' room is forgetting that this is Belly's show, because last episode we finally got to the point where we could have spent so much time with her in Paris, finding herself and growing into a mature person, and they spent like most of the episode with Jeremiah, who like a lot of people dislike, and he's horrible in that episode, acting wise and whatever his character does and says. So, not fun. This is not the Jeremiah show. This is the Belly show. Please let us be with her more when she's growing. So,
yeah. It's also aggravating because once again, they're doing one of those switch ups where it's like one person did something but is blaming the other person for it happening. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh my God, this is the second major time that you've talked about this, and everyone is acting like the wrong person did this thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stand that.
Yeah. In season 2, everyone was saying constantly, every single character saying that, like, so-and-so broke up with this person. Even the person that they're blaming is like, yeah, I broke up with so-and-so. Like, actually, objectively, you did not. Those words did not come out of your mouth. They actually came out of the other person's mouth.
And nothing you did in a, like, healthy and caring relationship is, like, warranting of being broken up with.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm sorry that I'm depressed that my mom's, like, 2 weeks away from dying of cancer. Like, I'm so sorry that I can't be, like, a joyful person at prom. So sorry. So aggravating. And then everybody's blaming that person and being like, well, you did this horrible thing. You can never be forgiven for being depressed. He didn't even handle it poorly. He was actually just, like, not happy, and that was the horrible thing. He didn't even, like, do anything, like destructive. Yeah. I'm like, I can't. And then a different person cheats, and somehow that's not anywhere near as big of a deal to the friend group.
It's crazy.
And then the person who cheats is the one who breaks it off, and then again everyone's like, well, so the other person broke it off. I'm like, no, that's objectively false. I can't. The writing of the show is so bad. I'm ready for it to be over. I've told Luke several times, if this had a confirmed additional season, I'd stop watching. It's just because we have 2 episodes left that I'm like, at this point, might as well finish it. Hope for a decent ending. But I'm like, never rewatching the show again.
No.
So bad.
But we'll probably have a whole episode based on that as well, where we'll deep dive into, I guess, all 3 seasons, but specifically this last one.
Yeah, and also we watched the To All the Boys trilogy, and we're watching Exo Kitty, so we'll kind of include those.
The Jenny Slate verse.
Jenny
No,
Han.
that's it.
Jenny Han.
Jenny
Jenny
Han.
Slate is an actress.
Yes, she is.
Yes.
I love Jenny,
Jenny
Slate.
Han, your universe.
Jenny Han. Whoops. Anyways, so we're also, while we're on that thread, where you said we already talked about Peacemaker we're watching, we're also watching Exo Kitty. We just got through season 1.
Yeah.
So now we need to...
Pretty quick watch.
Season 2 is
Just
going to be our
season
next
2.
start. That was a surprisingly fun show.
Yeah. I think Kitty is such a fun character in the movies. But then she is grown up and still so herself in the show. And the love interests are fun. I can see how it takes a minute to get there because they're all kind of jerks for like no reason. But I think it's just try to create like a little bit of a lazy attempt to create like this fish out of water experience.
Mm-hmm.
But you get there and then I feel like you do get to a point where you like the circle of love interests.
Yes.
And of course
Yes.
Kitty. Yeah. So
I think it's like pretty masterfully set up by the end. I wish it started a little better.
yeah.
But I overall enjoy what we got.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of commentary, like family dynamics, and I don't know, very fun. There's like a mystery element with her trying to figure out stuff about her mom.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see going into season 2 if they find another mystery. No, they did find another mystery aspect. So I'm very interested to see them continue that. I thought that was one of the most fun threads.
Yeah. Anyways, except I feel like I've told you this before. I don't know if you remember, but she does get veneers before the second season.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
It like I'm interested to see if it's as distracting this time around as it was the first time I watched season 2. I mean, she still looks pretty, don't get me wrong. It's just a pretty big change. So I was pretty distracted by it every time she talked, and I was like, veneers. Anyways,
Well, alrighty
they're
then.
distracting, not just with her. A lot of other people too. Anyways.
So with that all said, we are now going to be ranking all of the new August movie releases that we've seen.
I'm skipping ahead, sorry.
Goober.
I'm trying to get to the draft because I'm excited, but it's fine. We'll rank.
So, I have watched 8 of the new movies this month. You have watched 9 of them. So that being said, since you have one more, you get to go first.
Do you want me to do 2, my 9 and 8?
No, we'll just go back and forth, and you'll start
Okay.
with your 9.
Oh, right, and then yeah, I see. Okay.
I'm very curious. I really think our number 8 is going to be decided.
Well, no, because I have 9 instead of 8.
Well, correct.
It's okay.
I feel like our bottom one is going to
Yeah,
be the
yeah,
same.
yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. My number 9 is Night Always Comes. It's really bad. Vanessa Kirby, I think, is the only lifeline we have in this movie as viewers.
I think her acting is fun. Spoiler alert. My number 8 is also Night Always Comes.
Yeah.
I think her acting is fine, but the character is just, like, such, I think, a cliche at this point, and the whole plot of it is just so, like, mind-bogglingly
It's
dumb.
like, how could we make this one character suffer so much?
The movie reminds me of Straw, also on Netflix,
Yeah.
but I fear it's because watching Straw, I was like, this is unrealistic, and like people would be dead if they treated a human being like this in modern America
Yeah.
for this long.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets to a really good point where it explores like the character and about how like someone in that like feels and the empathy that like an audience member can feel towards that.
Yeah.
And you never get that here, ever. It just keeps getting worse.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, sometimes problems that happen to her are kind of dumb. Like, it's... At one point, she's trying to get a safe open, which is obviously illegal. Not her safe. So, that's obviously illegal. And then what's in the safe kind of sets off the guy that's opening it for her. To where he's just suddenly so angry that she got him involved in illegal stuff. And I'm like, but you already knew that this was illegal. This might get you in more trouble, sure. But you already knew that this is going to be illegal. Like, this is what you do. This is why you charge so much money. And then another character just kind of randomly flips a switch. and just goes like full evil mode like
Yeah.
that. I'm like, then why'd you help her this whole movie?
And then there's also like a casual reference to like straight up like pedophilia, and then we like just stay there for a long time without like actually going anywhere in there in depth
Nope.
to like a meaningful place. It's just kind of like a toe in
Here's
the water
another
for a very long
horrible
time
thing.
for no need.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not good.
It's really bad.
So
It's like one of-
don't watch it.
It truly is one of the worst movies of the year. Even
I
if you
agree.
love Vanessa Kirby, don't
No.
watch this. She's already
Absolutely
getting
not.
paid for it. They pay up front with Netflix. She's good. Don't do
She's
this to
good.
yourself.
She got her check, and I hope it was big. So, anyways, you did your number 8. I guess. I'll
What's
go.
your number 8?
My number 8 is Caught Stealing. I almost dropped this.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I still didn't like this movie all that much. I like Austin Butler, and I like the fact that a cat was in it. And I love Zoe Kravitz, but they waste her as a character, quite frankly, and it pisses me off. So, and I feel like it never quite recovered from that. No other character was really super interesting to me. Matt Smith was pretty bad. So,
Yeah. Can
That's
agree
that.
with all of that.
My number 7 is also Caught Stealing.
there you go.
It feels like there was a good movie in there somewhere for me, but you don't completely ice a character. Like, if someone were to ask me what icing is, it's like, just literally look at this movie and it's exactly that.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like you don't have to kill people to send a threat. You've lost your leverage now.
And a whole other part of why I think that also doesn't work in the movie is that it's done really badly in universe as well. Because the person behind like the major death, because we're still being spoiler free here, like later whenever we find out who did this horrible thing, it's like, yeah, we needed to let you know not to mess with us. And it's like, but I had no idea that you did that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like horrible on your part.
Yeah.
From like what you were trying to do. And so therefore this whole thing is really stupid. And you wasted a really well fleshed out character
Yeah,
for nothing.
I agree. So, there you go. My number 7 is My Oxford Year. I did actually put this above Caught Stealing. I would probably say they're like neck and neck for me. Neither one is good. My Oxford Year at least did look pretty. Not as pretty as The Map That Leads to You, but it was still pretty. And it had one really good actor, and he did great in it. So,
Right.
Sophia Carson wasn't like god awful, but it was just, it's more obvious when her co-star is so talented that she's stuck in like Disney acting. So there you go. And I'm quite honestly tired of seeing her in every rom-com that they ever do on Netflix. So there you go. Cast somebody else.
Okay. My number 6 is Nobody 2.
I thought it was really
Sure.
fun. I think overall it's a good movie. I don't think it does anything particularly original. But overall I think it's a really fun time. The action, the soundtrack, and I think the cast. I think they're all really solid.
Her. My number 6 is The Map That Leads to You. I actually might switch this a number 5. I wouldn't really mind either way. I liked this movie. I thought it was cute. I didn't think it was like revolutionary or anything. I do think it lacked some depth. There was some convenient like, oh, they're just kind of throwing love interests at all of her friends so everybody can be together. And then at one point she like leaves her best friend's wedding to go do something, and I'm like, damn, I would kind of be pissed if that happened. I mean, at least she waited till after the ceremony, but I'm like, but that's your best friend getting married and you're gonna leave in the middle of it? Whatever. I mean, there was a big thing that was happening that's why she left, but still, I'm like, okay, priorities. Let's think about them, but whatever.
That was your number 5, right?
Number 6.
Number 6. That's my number 6.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's okay. It's because you.
Sure.
I don't even know.
My
Guys, I
number
don't
5
know.
is Freakier Friday.
Yes.
And I will say, I fear I need to highlight that there's like a huge gap between my number 7 and my number 6.
Per.
So, like, the
Okay.
rest of the movies I've watched released this year are good to great. This is like really good.
Yeah.
Like, Nobody 2, good movie. Freakier Friday, we jumped to, really good movie.
Sure.
I had pretty low expectations for this, even though I continue to be a fan of the performances from our 2 main characters, Jamie Lee Curtis and
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan. I don't know why I keep forgetting her name. But I did worry that this felt very cash grabby with making a second one. I fear they actually knocked it out of the park with like the pitch of the body switching. I think the performances from all 4 actresses are really great. Helps having like the best love interest ever.
So great.
And
great.
I really like how we homage back to the first one, but how we still make something new here. I really like it. I feel like this is what you need to look at if you're trying to do one of these like reboot remakes. I feel like this is like the bar.
Yeah, and you have like 3 different generations of people, and so you get a lot of different types of humor.
And a lot of different dynamics. I think that really
yeah.
helps expand on the idea of the first one by like, cool, and now we're going to expand that to a bunch of different dynamics and
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah, that's valid. Okay, my number 5 is Nobody 2. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was better than the first one. Like I said, it didn't blow me away or anything, but it was watchable and it was a fun time. So I would recommend watching it.
I just looked at what my next one is, and I blanked, because I'm hungry. We're getting lunch after this, and I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, 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 boom. Nope, forgot a letter there. Spelling's hard. Okay, number 4, I have
The Bad Guys 2. I thought, speaking of really great like follow-ups, like this is I think the perfect, maybe not perfect, but a really good sequel to the original, and I really like the original.
Yeah.
I feel this is just a scooch better than the original. It has some of the best humor in it. Like there's that funeral like cut to gag. It's one of probably my favorite jokes of this month.
Yeah.
The
use of espresso.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
Expanding the animals, the kind of step, it kind of goes off of the first one from going like, hey, even if people don't treat you great, there's still value that you'll find from trying to be good. And then this one really goes into the depths of like what that looks like to try and rehabilitate after you have been on the wrong side. And how that's not going to be easy, but it's still ultimately worth it.
Yeah.
And you know, community, strength, finding your pack, and it, like I said, it sets up a really great next step. So I feel like if they do complete a trilogy, this could be a really great animated trilogy for kids.
I agree.
Because even as probably comparable to like maybe How to Train Your Dragon or Madagascar.
Okay.
Because I think those are some
Ooh.
really great animated trilogies. Not Shrek. Shrek did not have a great animated trilogy.
It's okay. Shrek 1 and 2 are like phenomenal.
Yes.
So
And then we
There
went
you
to the
go.
third. And then apparently some people are torn. I actually really like Shrek 4.
I need to rewatch it. I couldn't tell you the last time I've watched 3 or 4.
Interesting. Well, we'll have to rewatch them
So-
before Shrek 5, so.
Yeah.
We're
Yay.
excited.
Except now that's coming out in 2027, so we haven't watched.
What isn't?
Honestly, yeah. Now we have a Bluey movie. Ugh, I'm so seated for that, though. I can't even hate on it. We just have so many, like, sequels and remakes and unoriginal ideas, but at least a lot of them seem fun. Could be worse. So, there you go. And we've had a lot of fun ones on this list, so there you go. My number 4 is the remake of The Naked Gun. I thought it was very fun. Got some good laughs. I will say nothing has quite gotten to what the first one did, like the original. But I feel like I'm pretty sure I put the remake on par with the second one. So, which is pretty good. Very fun time. Love Pamela Anderson. I'm so sad that apparently that was a PR relationship. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Not to me. But anyways, it's fine. It's fine.
My number 3 is also The Naked Gun. I really like that movie. I think I compare it. I think it's just a notch underneath the first one for me. I think the first one is still like the funniest by far.
Yeah.
And I think the plot is like the strongest in the first one compared to all the other ones.
Yeah.
This one I think the jokes are funnier than the second one of The Naked Gun. But I think the plot is probably just about the same level as 2.
Yeah, and I want more like practical effect gags. They had some. I liked the coffee bit. That was always really funny. That they always had one and was throwing it away. They had a giant one at one point. One time he was driving and was given one in the middle of the road. But I want more. But I do love the use of Pamela Anderson. They used her quite a lot, and I'm so glad they did. She was phenomenal in that movie.
I really hope she comes back. I don't know why she wouldn't, but if they make another one, they better get her back because she killed it this movie.
Absolutely. So, I also like the gag that like everybody at the police station was crying over their like dead former like police officer parent. I loved that.
No,
except for the O.J. Simpson one. He went,
one of my favorite bits from that movie was whenever like Pamela Anderson is leaving after meeting the main character, and he's like having his internal monologue.
Yeah.
And then it like is interrupted by somebody else's monologue being like, and she had legs for days and I just wanted to climb. And then it cuts to everyone else in the precinct having their internal monologue staring at her as she leaves.
I liked the one when they were in his apartment. I think his apartment, her apartment, somebody's apartment with the dog too. And
That's crazy. That's something out of Austin Powers.
I don't know. Anyways, my number 3 is Weapons. So I know it's a little low compared to what it's probably going to be on yours. Listen, my top 3 are so good. Honestly, what a great top 3, personally, as far as how much I liked them. Weapons, I will say, did not blow me away as I was hoping. It's hard because I feel like, unfortunately, this is just one of those movies where I had such high expectations, and even though it didn't meet them, it was still good, but then it just feels worse than it is because of that. Because at the end of the day, I was let down a little bit, even if it was still good. I think I still gave it like 4 stars, I think. 3.5, something like that. But I was not totally blown away, but I would recommend it, and I do want to rewatch it someday and see if I feel differently, kind of knowing what happens, because that's happened a lot of times before, so let's see. I'll give it another chance. Yeah. And I'm very excited that it's doing so well.
My number 2 is Weapons. I think it's a blast. I did watch it twice. I think I liked it
More than you off the initial watch. It definitely is a movie that sticks with you.
Yeah.
If you want to look at a movie critically, I think there's a lot to look at with it, which I really like.
Yeah.
And then it was a really fun ride the first time. Both audiences, I saw it a week apart, and both audiences reacted like the exact same. It is so fun, and I think the movie itself is really fun on rewatch.
Okay.
The movie, I think like the narrative really kind of makes you look in the wrong places, which is very purposeful, even when you know, you're like looking to see all the things that like you know after the fact, and it's like it's just barely out of shot, like just barely out of eyesight, just like the movie itself. So
yeah.
It's super fun. I think Weapons is a really special movie this year, and I think it's gonna be remembered as a highlight of this year.
Yeah, I hope to see, some action at the Oscars. And I will say the car scene, the car door gag, or whatever you want to call it, I think is one of my favorites in horror, period. Like, so many chills. There's a reason the entire audience gasps and freaks out when it happens, because it's just done so well. Yeah, so props to that. There you go. My number 2 is The Bad Guys 2. Loved The Bad Guys 2. I really liked the first one, and I loved the second one. And personally, I really love the commentary that not only is rehabilitation very hard, and it is worth trying to get through, but that you can't do it alone. And there are like a lot of things within the system that make rehabilitation so almost impossible. And I think that needs to be talked about more often, that we don't necessarily like put people in a box and never let them get out, and then also constantly blame them for that. So
It's funny hearing you talk about that. That kind of reminds me of like the messaging from Sing Sing, actually. Yeah, so for sure. My number one movie for August of 2025 is Together. Oh my gosh, I love that movie so much. I think it is like such an art house movie with the messaging and the themes that they're trying to do, and the way they use their like their gimmick and their premise of the movie to tie into that is so smart. The performances are great twists, great scenes. The visual effects are amazing. This is one of my favorite movies of the year, and it's definitely so far my favorite horror movie of the year. So I'm just so excited.
I haven't seen The Conjuring yet.
I haven't.
So we'll see.
We'll see. I will say this is very high competition, but I also love the Conjuring movies, so I'm very interested to see how that places. My top 10 of the year is currently really high, like as far as my score. So I fear it's gonna get really dicey, especially whenever like November comes around and there's just banger after banger.
Oh my god.
Ooh, I'm actually really nervous about what my list is gonna look like by the end of the year. But
What
yeah,
did you hear for movies?
I know you love to see it. But you're number one. I'm trying to remember what you have left. Go ahead.
I have Freaky Friday.
Interesting.
So I just remember my top two, The Bad Guys 2 and Freaky Friday. I just remember walking out feeling so incredibly like happy and awesome. They're just such a breath of fresh air. I love comedies. I love when comedies are done so well. I love that Freaky Friday is such a great sequel, and it wasn't just a cash grab, but that it's also doing well and getting recognized for how fun it is. I think the main two actors that are returning for this movie are as great as always. I think Jamie Lee Curtis is clearly like the standout here. She's so funny. If nothing else, watch this movie for her. She's so funny. She's so worth it. But I also think the two young girls are also doing really well. So I would love to see them in other things. So
Absolutely.
speaking of, since they're casting younger X-Men, if they want to do some like action stuff, that would be fun.
Perhaps.
Get some money, or there's plenty of teen shows that are coming out. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Really
So
fun. And my audience had such a great time too. I loved my audience.
it was a great audience.
There you go.
So yeah, that is our rankings for August releases that we saw. Please let us know what you think of our list and what is your rankings of movies that you've seen in August.
Yeah.
That being said, we are now going to move on to our non-release favorites, our top fives that we watched in the month of August.
Yeah, like previously released movies that we watched for the first time this month.
So I think I can't remember if I mentioned it on the mic, but August was I think the first month that I officially watched.
Yeah, you did.
Yep, I watched as many movies as there are days of the month. So at least one movie per day.
I probably did. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. My phone is being used to record, so I don't know. But
that being
probably.
said, I did a lot of those were the Conjuring verse movies, which I've already seen.
Yeah.
And we're only including like our first time watching it.
Yeah.
So a lot of the movies that I've seen are those which don't count, some of the re-releases which don't count, and then beyond that, it's a lot of Batman animated stuff.
I told you, you
which-
just gotta own it.
But DC animated movies, like, rip. So, love that.
Yeah, put people on it, because I agree. I've only seen a couple, like, animated movies of those sort, but I think one of them was bad, but one of them was really, really good, so...
I wonder which one that was. Do you remember what that one was?
No, I don't remember the titles. I just remember, like, seeing a lot of characters I was not familiar with within the DC universe and really, really liking them, and I felt like such a nerd, but it was so exciting. I was like, I want to see these people.
Yeah, I like the DC universe, the DC animated universe, because they don't, they aren't afraid to go into some of these lesser known characters and, like, put them front and center.
Yeah.
So that's very fun.
Very fun. You want to go
Um,
first this time?
Yeah, since you went first last time. My number 5 is the
Son of Batman.
Her?
That is one of the first of a trilogy that they have in the DC animated universe.
Okay.
It's all about Batman finding Damian Wayne,
Her.
him becoming Robin.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where he's first met.
Her.
And they're kind of fighting, amongst themselves. Obviously, Nightwing comes in, and there's a hilarious dynamic between the adopted son and the real son.
Yeah.
um,
Birth son.
yes, and then there's a whole thing with
Deathstroke is the villain here.
Her.
He kills Raish and is trying to basically kill everyone who has a legitimate claim to the League of Assassins,
Okay.
which includes Damien
Mhm.
as the grandson of Ra's al Ghul.
Mhm.
So lots of really fun stuff going on there. And it's great to
Very
see just a
fun.
kid who's just like a killing machine.
Yeah.
It's just
So,
it's
fair
fascinating
enough,
because he's
fair
also
enough.
so little. It's funny. It's very funny.
The Robins are like crazy. Like, don't mess with them. They will win. Kind of like Batman too. It's like he's just scary. But the Robins are funny because they're usually so small at first. So it's just like,
Indeed.
God. My number 5 is The Nun 2. So we've been going through the Conjuring universe together, except, well, you've seen them, I have not. So I think the only one I had seen out of the entire universe of movies is the first Nun movie. Only one. So everything else is new to me. The Nun 2 was really fun. Definitely better than the first one. We love to see some familiar faces come back and get a better script. And then also the girl who plays Susan in the Narnia movies was in this movie, and I love her. I'm like excited anytime we get Narnia crumbs, like whatsoever. So there you go. Yeah, it
No,
was good.
absolutely. That was a really
It
fun
was
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I saw it in theaters.
Valak, my love, you're so fun.
Valak. My number 4 is The Music Man. I had started watching this like months ago, but I finally sat down and like restarted it so I could get the whole experience. It is very long, too long, arguably, but it's really good. It's a really fun time. I love
It's
the
very
general
long.
story. It's very iconic. I think the dance numbers are all really fun, and the main performances are really great. So
Yeah.
there's reason it's classic.
So I was also struggling to pick 5 because I had seen a lot of movies this month, but a lot of them are rewatches. Or they were like 2 stars or less. So I did manage to find 5 that were like, I think 3 or 3.5 or above. However, this one's a little bit of a cheat because I have kind of seen it before. I also put The Music Man. Technically, I've seen this before, but it was in bits and pieces because it was like out of school, and so I wasn't sitting down to like watch the whole thing and have that experience. I was actively doing something else, and it was kind of a little bit out of order at times, so it was good to sit down and get the whole experience. It makes me really want to sit down and rewatch The Sound of Music because I feel like that's a similar thing for me. I have seen it, but I've seen it in bits and pieces because that's also such a long movie.
Yeah. But same here. We should watch that together because
Yeah.
that's also on my list of things I want to watch.
Yeah, but I also just love Julie Andrews so much, and I know people do say that movie is good. Like, you just have to sit down and watch it. It's kind of like when we watch The Lord of the Rings. They're so good, but they're so long, and you just have to. Avatar movies too. You just have to like be in that mindset if you're ready to sit down for 3 hours and watch a movie. So, there you go. But yeah, I agree with everything you said about The Music Man. It was very fun.
My number 3, back to
The DC animated universe, and specifically that trilogy. I watched Batman Bad Blood. It is the 3rd of that trilogy. This one expands the Bat family a lot. And some of the characters that I've like either never seen or seen so little of. We see Batwoman, not Batgirl. And then Luke is a character. I think he goes by Batwing. It's kind of like an Iron Man-ish bat suit.
Okay.
And Luke is the son of Lucius Fox, the one who like makes all of his technology for Batman. So it's very interesting seeing like all of the Bat kids kind of together. Batman is missing for most of the movie. Damien is also front and center. There's I want to say, I think, an original villain that they introduce here that kind of gets opted out for a more common Batman villain. And then they also bring in one of my favorite Rogues Gallery Batman characters that I don't see a lot. So it was a really fun ride, a really fun kind of mystery on, so where is Batman? Who is this? There's a lot going on in this movie, and you get to meet a lot of really cool new characters. And I've never certainly got the appeal of some of these characters. Like, I've heard about Batwoman a lot because she has like a CW show, but I haven't gotten the appeal of her from the outside. But now I get it.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see a Bat family character that uses guns, but rubber bullets whenever she's working with Batman.
Okay.
It's interesting to see how that's effective.
My number 3 is The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I really liked this one. It was very fun. I liked the characters in it. I think I've noticed in this universe you really need a good cast, because that's one of the main reasons I think the first one is so good. Obviously the story is really interesting, but I also think they have such a great cast. Here, they also have some fun faces. I actually have like zero idea off the top of my head who's in this new one, and I'm kind of excited about that. I'm kind of excited to hopefully be pleasantly surprised by who's in it. So yeah. Anyways, this one's really good.
Absolutely. And thinking back, because I'm not able to see the Conjuring movie when it comes out this weekend because my mother wants to see it. She's the person who I've watched all of those movies with originally. That one came out during COVID, so we weren't able to see it in theaters. We just watched it on Max the day it was released. So this is actually going to be the first time we actually get to see a Conjuring movie in theaters together, which I'm very excited about, actually. My number 2 is back to the DC Batman and Robin trilogy, Batman vs. Robin. This is the second movie. It is where it explores the Court of Owls, and them trying to have Robin become one of their warriors called Talons. And they're these like scary owl knights, and they're kind of they're really cool. I really like this one a lot. I think it's one of the most simple I think it's the simplest one of the trilogy. Maybe there's an element as to why that works so well for me. But I really liked it. It was really fun.
Maybe I'll have to see if some of these are on HBO Max.
I would imagine so, since they're DC.
Yeah. My number 2 is also like a cheat, definitely a bigger cheat, because I literally saw this in theaters. But I just had such a wildly different experience the second time around that I have to put it, and I put The Suicide Squad, because
That's so fair.
I just enjoyed it so much more than the first time. And I had not seen it at all, at least as far as I can remember, since it came out. I saw it in theaters. Anyways, I don't know if my mic is being weird, but it's fine. It's still working. I just need to talk louder.
Goober. No, that's so valid. I had the exact same thing. It would definitely make my top 5 list if I was including it. My number 1 movie, going back to Batman DC movies, that is correct. 4 out of my 5 are Batman animated movies. But my number 1 is I watched Batman Under the Red Hood, which is the movie all about the Robin Jason, and how he kind of became the Red Hood.
I love Jason's story.
How that all works out. It's so good.
I think that was one of my favorite parts of watching the live action Titans show. Was Jason. I think he's just such a compelling character with where his arc goes. I think it's so sad. But I think, which to be fair, when I watched that show, I knew next to nothing about these characters, and I feel like I still don't know a ton. But personally, I liked what they did with it, just not having a ton of knowledge. Don't come for me. I know a lot of people are like, that show's horrible. I'm sorry. I don't know much about it. So I had fun sometimes. But I like the Red Hood, and you know what? Their costumes eat. So, and that's one thing a lot of people do agree on is they're like, oh, well, at least all the budget went to the costumes, so they look fine. So there you go.
For sure.
So, yeah. My number one is the Newsies. So, the musical.
Oh, per.
Yeah. Because I liked it. I feel like I did, and this might be controversial, I'm sorry. I liked parts of it, parts of the musical more and less than the movie, little parts. But I do feel like overall I definitely like the musical better. Jeremy Jordan is so talented. I love hearing him sing. So, that's all. There you go.
I'm actually so happy that that's your number one.
Yeah. There you go.
So yeah, that is
That's that.
our non-release favorites of the month. What is your favorite movie that you watched that wasn't released this month?
Per.
Moving on down our list. Let me get back to our first list.
So, draft scores. So we are officially calling our summer movie draft to an end. We were kind of letting this month breathe so we can see kind of how box office and scores kind of settle in.
But I have calculated.
Sorry, I don't want to spoil anything. It's fine. I'm getting too excited.
You are. So that does bring us down to our scores. For those who don't remember, you had Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, F1, 28 Years Later, Ballerina, Smurfs, Elio, and Materialists. I had How to Train Your Dragon, Fantastic Four First Steps, The Bad Guys 2, Weapons, Dangerous Animals, Megan 2.0, The Life of Chuck, and Freakier Friday.
Per.
The final scores are: you had 501 points.
Yeah, I got over 500.
Yeah, that means you got of your 8 movies, at least you got like over half the amount of points of like a full 100% score for each movie.
Per.
And then I was at
514.
Yes.
So only a 13-point difference. So,
And you know what?
Ooh.
What a great summer for movies. What a great list.
for sure. I
I'm
fear
so
we both
excited.
had some bad.
bad picks on our list.
Smurfs.
If you didn't pick Smurfs, you probably would have won.
Fuck you, Smurfs. Anyways. No, that's okay. I'm just so excited because it's so close and they're both like pretty high and close. Which just means that most of these movies did well. I think overall the ones that deserved to do well did well. And the ones that didn't, Smurfs, did not do well. So there you go. You know, it's like I told you, it's like I can't be too mad that Smurfs like basically made me lose because I also hated Smurfs. So it's kind of like a win still
Sure.
in my book. So I just wish also Elio did better, but Elio got really good reception, if not box office, unfortunately.
For
But
score-wise, Elio
score-wise,
got a 68, which isn't bad.
yeah.
It's definitely...
And F1 was surprisingly really good for me.
F1 was a
Great pick on your behalf.
Yeah.
It's one of the highest. I think it's the highest score of all the
Scores that we picked. It's
Oh,
80. So if F1 got
Oh
you the
my
most
God.
points.
Period. Anyways, and I think our system is like perfect in my opinion. I
I
was
really like
thinking,
your
like,
system.
do I want to like suggest changing anything? And I'm like, I really don't. I feel like it's everything can get you up to 20, and then that equals 100 potentially. So no, I think it's great. I will say I will reevaluate. I think I went too much into box office, and then just totally overestimated how Smurfs was gonna do because I thought Smurfs was a bigger brand than it was. But I don't know. It's like easy to like grab the big names, like the upcoming ones like Wicked and Avatar, like obviously. But then, you know, those are probably also gonna have good reception. I don't know.
I was
It
looking at
changes.
some of the ones we didn't pick. I
Mhm.
think the Naked Gun we underestimated. The
Yeah.
Naked Gun
Well,
I
we
think got
hadn't
to
seen
70.
it. Yeah.
That would have been a good pick for one of us.
Yeah. We hadn't seen the original, so it honestly kind of looked silly until I realized that the humor if you just go for it, is hilarious. So, yeah, I wish I didn't underestimate that. That stinks.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But very fun.
And great work. Congratulations on second place.
You too. I know. I was still up there.
It was an honor to be nominated.
I was above everybody else. So there you go.
That being said, we're also going to prepare for another draft pick for the holiday movie season. So we are going to prepare for that.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, I think the biggest thing we need to cement down is how we're going to work around Avatar 3. Because so far, those have all made $2 billion. And unfortunately, probably whoever picks that is going to do really good. So
Yeah.
we're gonna agree to how to work through that.
Yeah. To be fair, it's not a guarantee that it's gonna make $2 billion because the second one came so long after the first. But I do still think it's gonna do really well. I think it's just kind of that the brand and James Cameron as a brand, I think just kind of cements that it's gonna make a lot of money. Whether or not that's $2 billion, it's still definitely gonna be a lot. So, yeah, we're kind of thinking that whoever gets first pick obviously is gonna pick Avatar as their first pick.
And they get one less movie.
Yes. That's kind of our balance. So I don't know. That could.
And as long as we agree to it, we'll just have to live with it.
Yeah.
And then we can adapt going forward.
Yeah. So there you go.
So, and those movies that we're going to include in that draft pick are going to be starting October 1st through December 31st. So,
Yeah.
a lot of great picks throughout those 3
A
months.
lot. Yeah, a lot of different picks too. Like you have like
Yep.
some horror stuff, and then
For sure. I'm very, very excited to see how that goes. And honestly, it might take a while to truly lock in because January can carry a lot of those December movies for a while.
Yeah. So that one's gonna be a lot. We'll probably work on that. I don't know, maybe next recap.
I imagine we'll probably have our picks selected on the next recap for September.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited.
Oh, no, wait. My mom's calling me. I don't know if that's going to mess up. Hey, Mom. If this is still recording, then it's going to be awkward. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we'll just stall for a second. Once she's done, I'll go check and make sure we're recording. We'll cut that.
It's done.
Okay.
I'm going to go check.
And so you have a point. to cut
Yay. Guys, we're doing our best. We don't have...
still good.
Okay, we don't have an editor, so I am the editor. And you know... Yay.
We're back. We're good.
Anyways, yeah.
How are we doing on time?
We're about 2.5 hours. So, do you want to just move on to September? or
Yeah.
stuff?
So going into September,
It's also a big month.
I don't know. I actually think it's going to be very similar to August, where I think it's going to start really strong, and then I think it's going to be kind of like more like, okay, I'll see this.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll walk through
It
that.
is hard seeing the top two. I'm like, oh, this month is gonna be great, and then you keep going. And
I
you're
know.
like, well, maybe.
I fear
In the later September movies, it's going to be very hit or miss.
Yeah.
So September 5th,
Yeah.
we have The Conjuring Last Rites coming out. It's supposed to be the last Conjuring movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to do really great. We've started seeing some of the early previews for it, and they are coming in very strong. So I think that's going to be very big
box
for Warner
office
Brothers.
wise, have you seen Reception?
I haven't seen Reception yet.
Box office wise, they're doing great.
I've only heard from like even critic reviews that like
Okay.
it was testing really well.
Oh, good.
So very great.
Hamilton is in theaters this weekend.
So
I
good.
did look, and I don't think it's coming to our theater, but I don't know. Maybe we look into going somewhere.
Ooh, that one where
depending
we
on
saw K-pop Demon Hunters. Maybe we
Yeah.
should look at.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
Highest to Lowest. I think that's the newest
Spike Lee movie.
Yes, I was like, why do I know that?
Yeah.
I love
so,
Spike Lee. Well,
um,
I'll see it eventually.
Yes, I fear that won't come anywhere near us, but it'll be on Apple TV
Okay.
Plus, I think, pretty soon.
Per.
So we'll watch that there. Twinless is also being released, which is a short film that was previewed at an awards festival a while back, and it was a huge hit. It's basically this like
That's also.
it has Dylan O'Brien in it.
Yes. Okay.
And it's
Now I'm
based around
good.
like
Now
this
I'm
like
good.
relationship that comes out of like a twin support group thing, I think.
Okay.
But I've heard people really like it, and I really want to see it.
Her.
So hopefully I'll be able to see that eventually. The next weekend, September 12th, we have The Long Walk.
Which I'm like really hoping is good. But I honestly, I know I've seen that the performances are good.
I feel like going into it, I'm expecting really great performances, especially from our walkers.
Yeah.
But I fear the plot is going to be.
I know I'm a little worried about.
I'm worried about how the
that.
plot's gonna land with me
Yeah.
because there's one line in the trailer that is like, I feel like
The
this is
live
a
or
really
die?
dumb thing. I just realized this is walk or die, and it's like, this is televised. Literally every town that they walk through is expecting them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean this is just now coming to you?
Yeah.
Like,
It does, out of context, seem silly. I hope in context, maybe it makes a little more sense.
Like, this
I don't
isn't
know.
like Squid Game, where it's like you don't know what you're getting into. Unless
Yeah.
this is like the first one. But they talk about it being like a tradition. And you don't get
Yeah.
to call it a tradition off the first one.
No. So I don't know.
I'm very interested to see how that one lands with me. I think it's still going to have a pretty good audience for... I don't think it's technically an original because it's an adaptation of a novel.
Stephen King.
But
Mhm.
I think it's going to do great for non-franchise.
Yeah.
Or at
Yeah.
least
And
solid.
I've heard they did this marketing thing where they had guests walk on treadmills 3 miles per hour, just like the people have to in the film, for the whole duration of the movie. And if they can't do that at any point, they're taken out of the theater. Apparently, they all passed, so good for them. They all got to watch the whole thing.
Bro, if I could work out and watch a movie, like, take me to that.
That'd be
Jen.
nice. Yeah.
September 18th. I don't know what day of the week.
Wait, you skipped over Downton Abbey. How dare
Long
you?
live Downton Abbey.
God, I'm so excited for that movie to come out, so we never
Don't
have to see that
joke
trailer.
again.
Yeah. I haven't seen the show, so I'm probably not going to watch the movie.
When I say long live Downton Abbey, you say amen to that.
Right, okay. I can't believe I didn't know to say
Yeah.
that, because...
Gosh, it's like you've never watched Downton Abbey.
But, well, I haven't. I just said that, actually, but anyways. But I feel like I've been seeing that trailer for like a year.
It has been out in circulation for far too long.
And the same trailer, too. Or at least it seems like it.
They just got a new one.
Okay. Have I seen the new one? Am I crazy?
Yes, because that's where
Okay.
it was the response to Long Live Downton Abbey.
Oh,
Amen to
okay.
that.
Mhm.
And it's like it actually shows that there's a plot there, and it's not just like well, this show's over. Crazy, right?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that now. Because then we were like, wait, that actually seems like a movie now. Anyways.
So we'll see. I don't know if we'll actually catch that one, but it's notable because we've been seeing that trailer for so long, at least all year.
Yeah.
But I did also want to shout out, it's a digital release, but they're doing an Aztec Batman movie,
And I fear I want to watch it. I
Sure.
watched Batman Ninja when it was released on DVD, and that one is just insane in what they try to do.
Okay.
Because it basically ends like the idea of like all Batman and a bunch of his rogues gallery being teleported to feudal Japan, and then like all of his villains just go out and like make their own little kingdoms, and then their like castles go on wheels and form a giant mech, and then Batman makes a giant mech made by Gorilla Grodd, and then Gorilla Grodd has a bunch of monkeys come and be on, and they like form this like giant. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. Batman calls a swarm of bats, and they form like a giant like mass of like a human, but it's like a bat swarm. And then Gorilla Grodd summons the monkeys, and then it just becomes
Okay.
a solid figure Batman. It's not like a mass of monkeys and bats that look like Batman. It literally is just a giant Batman that fights the giant robot building.
Damn.
That's what this movie is.
That's what the Aztec Batman? Or
No,
the
that's
other
what
one?
the
Other
Batman Ninja is.
Ninja. Okay. Interesting.
And-
Well, I'll watch it. I like Batman, so.
No, I fear they're doing some really clever stuff.
The designs in that movie are still really great about like how all of the villains now look in like the Japanese art style. They do some interesting stuff with the design, but that movie's just so insane.
Okay.
This one seems to be more grounded than that,
Per-
and I'm very excited to see what they do.
Yeah.
The September 19th gives us Him.
The psychological thriller.
Yes, from Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Company. We've talked about that. I feel like the biggest thing going for it for me is that Jordan Peele is attached to it.
Yeah.
I fear the trailer is something just doesn't connect with me.
Okay.
I'm not a sportsy person, so I fear it might just be that. It's kind of giving me what Speak No Evil, the trailer kind of did. And I
Okay.
ended up liking that movie a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm hoping it's going to be the same thing here.
I'm just hoping, because I love Black Swan and Whiplash, so I'm hoping it has elements
Black
like
Swan's
that.
Probably a good analogy.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping it's kind of like that, where I'll like something, and the performances will hopefully be good. We saw the main guy in I Know What You Did Last Summer, the remake, and he was good in that, even though that movie was not that great. It did make me excited that now I know his face.
And now we have Shorty from Scary Movie.
I still need
A
to watch
horror
the rest
icon.
of those.
Oh my gosh, can that be what we watch?
We need to do like a
next?
Halloween
I'm so
segment,
excited for
and
that.
we could
I
that could
love
be
the
something.
scary movies. And then also that weekend we have A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, which I think looks amazing.
Excited for that.
I don't know if it'll come anywhere near us, but I'm so excited to eventually watch that.
Yeah, that has Margot Robbie and Colin
Farrell.
Farrell in it, so I was excited. It seemed like spooky at first when you see the red door. It seemed like sinister, and then it's not. So
Lucky them.
yeah, good. It actually seems like it's
No,
gonna
it
be like
actually
a
gives
sad.
like Lock and Key vibes from Netflix. Did you never watch the show Lock and Key?
I did. I thought I
That-
didn't.
that
I didn't know
like-
you knew the show.
Yeah, well, I think the show's kind of great.
Are we thinking of two different things? Maybe.
The show with the keys, the magical keys in the house and Key House.
I don't think I've watched that. I'm thinking of something
Oh,
else.
you bored of
What am
it?
I thinking of?
I don't know.
I'm going crazy.
But this Netflix show is pretty great, and it has these magical keys, and there's specifically one that like you can like put into the back of someone's head, and when you turn it, it like opens up a door, and you can go into their head, like into their mind. It's giving that a lot.
No, I definitely have not seen this.
It's very fun. They do some really fun stuff. There's like a door. There's like a key that like you can put in any door, and then it can like the other side like can teleport you to any other door that you've ever seen. They do some really fun stuff with keys.
Her.
It's
Maybe I'm thinking Lockwood and Co.
that's definitely what you're thinking. The Ghost Show.
Yes.
That's Lockwood and Co.
I
Very
love
different.
that. Anyways.
And then I put Steve on Netflix.
What is that again?
I
I
don't-
feel like I've heard of that.
I only saw it on the list of things that were releasing, and I only put it on here because the main actor was notable.
Oh, Cillian Murphy.
Yes. So I feel that will be in the conversation whenever it releases.
Okay, fun.
And then after that, September 26th.
One Battle After Another, which I think is going to take
I don't know about
film
that
Twitter
one.
by storm.
Okay.
I'm not sold on it. You've seen the trailer for it. It's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and The
Oh.
Resistance.
See, I
fear this is-
love Leonardo DiCaprio's old stuff, and I love the movie that The Reverend, I think it's called.
The Revenant.
The one that he won an Oscar for. But I feel like I haven't loved his performance in a lot of his new stuff. And this looks similar.
I fear this is
So-
giving me Killers of the Flower Moon vibe. And there was
Like his performance wise.
honestly kind of the whole vibe. I don't think it's going to be like at all
Okay.
similar, but it gives me like the same like vibe of how I'm going to feel about it.
Okay.
Where I feel like people are going to really cling on to parts of it that are like great in theory, but I'm not going to like them.
Okay.
But I fear if anything is going to like annoy me in like the awards race, I fear it might be this one.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I will reserve judgment until I see it. Speaking of Scary Movie, we have one of the main actresses from that here. So
Per.
hopefully it'll be maybe a little funnier than I think the trailers are trying to be.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I fear that is the one I'm like dreading seeing in theaters the most because I know I'll be able to see that.
Yeah.
And I fear I wouldn't see it if I wasn't like seeing everything in theaters.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then also that weekend, man, we just have a killer weekend that weekend. There's also The Strangers
Chapter 2,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll see that because I at least like the idea of the Strangers, borderline no matter what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I think I liked... the last one was not a good movie, but I enjoyed watching it, I think, more than most people did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll watch the follow-up to it.
Yeah.
And then Gabby's Dollhouse.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see if we catch
Let's
that.
shrink down to a doll before we have to go across the entire city. Let's not walk there first and then change into a doll. Let's change into a doll first.
Indeed. We'll see on
Anyways.
that one. I feel like, what's her name? Kristen Wiig is the villain in that. I feel like, and I've enjoyed her in that trailer. I feel like I'll at least be able to attach onto that.
Mm-hmm.
And then on September 30th, Chad Powers is a movie releasing on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And that is Glenn Powell.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and I thought that was
I'd
an
love to see
interesting
him.
team up there on him on that service. So,
Yeah.
those are all of the movies that we have. What if you had to pick like 3 of these movies that you were like really looking forward to?
I'm gonna say obviously Conjuring.
Yeah,
As far as new releases, so I'm not gonna put Hamilton.
sure.
I'll say Conjuring, and I'm trying to decide between The Long Walk, him, and A Big Bold Beautiful Journey. Definitely gonna say A Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
Same. That one's like second for me. It's Conjuring.
then-
That.
Probably The Long Walk over him, even though I do love Jordan Peele and have faith that he can pick good projects, especially since he tried to get weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the cast of The Long Walk intrigues me more. So
I would
Yeah.
agree with that. I would put Twinless on my list if I actually thought I was going to be able to see it anytime during this month.
yeah, that's fair.
But also, I want to shout out Aztec Batman
Yeah.
Clash of Empires, because I will be watching that. I'll
Yeah.
be getting and watching that. I can't actually wait to see that.
Fair.
But I think that is everything we had scheduled to talk about. Was there anything?
Else you thought was worth mentioning?
Did we mention shows that are coming out in September?
We did not. I
We
don't think I
did.
looked at it. The only one I'm tracking right now is I saw that the new season 5 of Only Murders in the Building is going to be coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be like the last like 2 seasons where it's going to start out really strong with a great pitch, and then it's going to lose me again.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I will say I'm still always excited that they seem to release those seasons pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Abbott Elementary.
Oh,
I think,
that's what else was coming out.
well, that comes out October
Oh,
1st.
right, that's what's
So
coming out.
just after. But obviously, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the end of the Summer I Turned Pretty. Ah,
The
so
end of
soon.
an
2
era.
weeks. 2 weeks. Anyways. Anything else? I know The Paper is a show that's coming out soon. I don't know if it's already out or not. The like Office
Yes, I did.
spin-off
I
thingy.
just saw a trailer for that.
I've actually heard it's fun. So there's nothing else super noticeable that I see.
Anything?
Oh, I guess technically the Wednesday season 2 part 2 came out September 3rd, but we already
sure.
finished that. So, anyways, it's good.
Which game?
Spoiler alert, it's good.
Cool. Well,
But yeah,
I think that is everything we have to talk about.
About what movie are you most looking forward to in September? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll make sure to converse about it, and we'll try and catch it ourselves
yeah,
if we weren't planning on it already.
yeah.
That being
you go.
said, keep an eye out for some more videos coming out. We talked a lot about what some of those are. Wednesday, Peacemaker. Let us know if there's anything else that you'd like us to make sure that we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So until then, thank you guys so much for listening. I am your host, Luke.
I'm your other host, Alicia.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in to Not So Straight Nerds.
Goodbye.